Hey man, like I said yesterday, I want to start having different content from saying so. We got some hockey, bro. For me, we got the NFL, the NHL season is out of control for me. Week 20, but hockey physiology, man, whatever that means.
Of the NHL
Let's see
season
this.
was flat out of control. We had the game of the year that featured 5
Oh
fights,
shoot!
double-digit goals, and
Oh
triple-digit
shoot!
penalty
This
minutes. You may
negativity.
very well have witnessed the goal of the
That was
season, which
crispy.
was
That was
outrageous.
crispy.
You had star players chirping fans, dropping the gloves, and
Oh
getting
shoot!
targeted.
Oh, they getting
Everyone
jiggy.
feels like fighting in
Oh
Buffalo.
shoot!
We're all having
What's up
fun.
with
The
it?
road to the NHL
Oh
playoffs
shoot!
is heating up.
We got on
So
my feet. You got
let's
my
cover
feet.
what really
Oh shoot!
happened in Week 20 of the
Okay, okay, okay,
NHL
okay,
season.
okay.
Sunday starts with a heavyweight matchup between the Avs and the Wild. This was Nazem Kadri's first game back as an Av after the trade that brings him back since he won the Stanley Cup. He gets a standing O
Stanley Cup?
from the crowd, picks right back up from where he left off, feeding the Nate Dog. That's his first point back in Colorado, and this one was toyed all the way around. I'd expect no less from Minnesota and Colorado this season. It goes to a shootout where, again, the Dog does it. That's the winner as the Avs just continue to look like the runaway Cup favorite down the stretch here. Next up is Bruins versus Penguins. Let me know who ordered a pizza, and it looks like it's Artur Shilov's absolutely pooches playing the puck for Pasternak to score the easiest goal of his life. Thanks for the cookie, he says. Also, Pavel Zacha decided to have a legacy game in this one. Picks up the garbage for the hat trick, 3-0 Boston. But don't call the Uber. This ain't over.
I don't mind
Pittsburgh
that
scores
dog, y'all.
3 in the
For
third,
sure.
forces OT,
That
and then the
was smooth
Tommy
right under the
Novak
legs.
himself
That.
game winner. Penguins,
But
no
I ain't got a
Malkin,
game
no
winner.
Sid, get the job done. Thanks for coming out. Speaking of OT, Dallas finishes the job themselves. Miro
Didn't we have an
Heiskanen
OT
tells the
games
Bedars to hit the
in
showers. The
NHL?
Stars stay hot with the win there. Moving on to the Red Wings, who are slowly slipping while they watch the teams around them continue to win, but they lock in to shut out the Devils. Feel good story of the night here is
Oh,
Dominic Shine, 32 years of age, scores his first NHL career goal. Never too late to have yourself
damn,
a
nigga.
night.
You're
Also,
32 and
because
you
it's
first time
March,
getting a
the
goal?
Blues are randomly a wagon. These
That nigga
assholes,
some
they do it
shit.
every single year where they
Ain't gonna lie.
randomly become
I
one of the
keep it
best
real.
damn teams in the league
That dude some
after the trade
nice.
deadline. They definitely won't make the playoffs, or
72
I should say
points.
definitely. They probably
Oh,
won't
that's
make the
like in total.
playoffs.
Right.
Despite selling at the deadline, they go into Anaheim
That's
and
actually kind
blank
of
them
good, though.
4-0 to go a perfect 4-for-4 on their road trip. Anaheim does stay at the top of the Pacific, though, because the Golden Knights are riding the struggle bus, while the Oilers are starting to breathe down their neck here. McDavid gets a 2-point night by accident, like he usually does.
They
And
push
the
him to the
Oilers
wall
put
and
up a
stuff,
good
nigga?
performance, and someone, for the love of God, act like you want to win the Pacific. It seems like no one wants to take that division by the horns because it is simply the worst division in the league right now. But
Dang,
what
y'all
was the
suck.
game of the
Oh,
year
she
was
got
the
on my feet.
Sabres and Lightning. In fact, this game
Oh,
was so damn good,
shoot.
it needed its own video on this channel this week. So if you want to see a full breakdown, you can check it out after this video. But here's the Coles notes. First, a total of 5 fights in
Damn,
this
boy.
game. Everyone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Brandon
Yeah, I
Hagel
ain't lie, they
wanted to
did.
kill Rasmus Dahlin and almost did. And here's how the game went. Buffalo took a 3-0 lead. Tampa got 1. Buffalo got another. Tampa got 5 straight. Then Buffalo scored again. Then Tampa scored again. And then Buffalo said, all right,
That's the
enough is
OT.
enough here. They
Oh, that's
scored
the
3
coach game. Okay.
unanswered to eventually win this game 8-7. 15 goals
Okay.
total, over 100 penalty minutes, and a Sabres win that
Oh,
has
yeah.
them first
Don't they, like, in the NHL, isn't there, like, boxes, like penalty boxes and
in the
shit?
Atlantic. No one deserves this
Now, if you
more
do
than the
something, you
fans
sit
in
down and
Buffalo,
timeout or
and
some shit?
playoff hockey is looking like it's right around the corner for them. Now, Monday was literally the night of the toilet bowl. 4 out of the 5 games
Toilet bowl,
all
what that
involved
mean?
at least one team in the Gavin McKenna or first
Oh,
overall
they're just saying it's some
sweepstakes.
shit,
But
basically,
before we
right?
get into that debacle, we had a
Maybe
big
not.
one between the Kings and Blue Jackets. Columbus made a few moves at the deadline.
But
One
they
of them was
traded?
picking up Connor Garland, and
They,
he
they
makes a
got
splash
trades in the NHL?
right away. Double dipping the chip for 2 goals
Okay.
on the night, and the
Yes.
Blue Jackets needed a little magic to get this to OT as Marchenko ties it up late, but the Kings have the underrated superstar and the OT killer in Adrian Kempe. He winds up and sends a piss missile. Thanks for having me. That's
That
all
was
she
crispy.
wrote. Kings
That's my
win
type
that
of.
game.
That's my
Now
type of
let's get
goal.
into the ugly stuff.
That's
Rangers
my type of
Flyers,
angle.
not a good time, but the Rangers blow out Philly 6-2. Congrats on lessening your chances to win the draft lottery. Next
That's
is
crazy
the
that
Flames and
62
Caps.
is a
Both of
blowout.
these teams sold the farm at the deadline. Caps scored 3. Flames responded with a 3 of their own to tie it, and then realized in the third, what the hell are we doing here? We're trying to tank. So they let Washington explode for 4 goals in 10 minutes to win 7-3.
They let 'em.
Next is Mammoth versus the Bedards. Chicago needs to win the draft lottery so we could quit calling them that. Now, how about this? Logan Cooley
They call
turns
'em what?
Chicago needs to win the draft. 10 minutes to win 7-3. Next is Mammoth versus the Bedards. Chicago needs to win the draft lottery so we could quit
What
calling
that?
them that. Now, how about this?
I don't
Logan
know. Come on.
Cooley turns into Kurt Angle by German
Let me say
suplexing Connor
Kurt
Bedard.
Angle.
He doesn't like that, so he's
Oh,
giving
nah.
headlocks later in the game. But then we
Headlock?
see a little bit of innovation from Andre Burakovsky. He comes up with this little mini Michigan, takes the puck and scoops it into the net. Cheeky bugger. This game would go to OT where we get a little tale of perseverance. Frankie Nazar has a
He wide
breakaway
open.
to end the
He wide
game.
open
He
on the
just
fast break.
fumbles the puck. That's
This
all right.
dude
On
sold.
to the next one. He gets.
You just saw the fast break. It's like missing a layup, bro.
This game would go to
On a
OT where
fast
we
break.
get a little tale
Well,
of
not even missing a
perseverance.
layup. Because that's like losing a one-on-one on a fast break.
Frankie Nazar has a
You some
breakaway to end the
booty.
game, and he just
Bro got
fumbles the
nervous.
puck. That's all right.
You still
On to the
got
next one.
nervous,
He gets a
bro.
chance at redemption, and this time
Right?
he doesn't forget the puck. That's
There you
the
go.
game.
There
He
you
combs
go.
his hair
Okay.
back for the sellout.
Okay, okay,
Blackhawks
okay.
get the 2 points
Okay.
to hurt their
You
lottery
made it.
odds. Now, you know that wasn't the case, though, with the Canucks. A couple of stick taps, though, for Optimus Rhyme in
Nah, he
net
still
for
saw
Ottawa.
Rhyme.
He gets his first
Don't get it
shutout
twisted.
as a Senator. The Sens are getting hot.
He
Tim
definitely
Stützle
did
is on a
still.
13-game point streak, and they now just sit 3
13
points
game
out of a
point.
playoff spot to end Monday. Now, before we get into Tuesday's games, there's something that most people don't realize about being online, and that is just how much of their personal information is
Really, it doesn't offer the sum of data. Then we'll almost not very interested about data. I don't know
floating
if that
around. If you quickly
I'm be honest,
Google
I don't
your
know what
name
that
along
is.
with your city, there's a good chance you'll find websites listing things like your address, phone
What
number,
the fuck?
email, and other personal details, usually
That's the
without you
thing?
ever agreeing to it.
It's
And
an
that
ad, bro.
information can easily be bought, sold, or used by pretty much anyone with an internet connection. That's where incognito
what'd this say?
bought, sold.
You got the security number, the email, the phone number, the license plate. Nigga, what else do you need? You got the address, the social security number, the email, the phone number, the license plate. What else do you need? Like at that point, you literally have everything.
Or used by pretty much anyone with an
Yeah,
internet
I ain't gonna lie, that's
connection.
crazy, bro.
That's where
This
Incognito
world is
comes in,
crazy.
the sponsor
Yeah, I
of
knew it was
today's
an ad, bro.
and
I
publicly
knew it.
get broke down.
Bro thought he was slick.
In the description below, and a big thanks to games on. So let's kick it up a notch. Red Wings versus Panthers. If there's any team I'm truly concerned for, it's Detroit. The
Panthers?
underlying numbers haven't indicated all year that they're an elite team, and goaltending has kept them hot. This game
the
was no
Flyers.
bueno for them, though. They're up 3-2 with 90 seconds left, and they blow it. Carter
They
Verhaeghe,
stole.
Tippy Longstocking to tie it up,
Ooh,
and then
that
with
shit was
23
crispy.
seconds left.
That's my
Detroit
type of
lets
kick.
Florida go off to the races, and it's Verswaggy again
Goal.
with the dagger to win
That was
4-3
crispy,
in regulation. Detroit
86
comes out
points?
with 0 points in a race in the East where that just can't happen.
And they had 10 points in overtime.
On to the Kings and Bruins. Someone started
And his
GoFundMe
two.
to get Charlie McAvoy to wear a cage or some bubble wrap. This guy can't catch a break.
But did he get knocked
because
out?
his face
Keeps getting drilled in the face. Dang, bro, you get knocked
can't
out this
stop catching
motherfucker.
pucks. Can't take the
Oh, he got hit by a
fight
puck.
out of the dog, though.
Y'all got mouthpieces in the NHL?
He says, give me that cortisone shot and get me back out there. He comes out for the OT and scores the game winner. Bruins
They
win their
finna break the
13th in a row
big-
at home,
big
and
glass in this
classy
mouth.
gesture for them at the end of the
Calm
game,
down.
waiting around 2 to shake Anze Kopitar's hand, and what will be his last game there before he calls
Dang,
it
he
a
finna
career.
retire in
Speaking
this
of calling it, the Leafs should just call it a season. It's the oldest rivalry in hockey. Leafs
Wait, you
versus
could just. Why is he retiring in the middle of
Tabs,
the
and
season? Though?
Montreal takes their 2 free points.
You wanna
Lane
finish it
Hudson
out?
sets a new record, passing Sergei Zubov
We gotta-
for most assists by a defenseman in his first 150 games. Fun fact as well, the Seattle
Super
Seahawks,
Cup.
Super Bowl champs, have won a more recent game than the Toronto Maple Leafs. The parade is so canceled.
Damn, y'all
unless, of course,
suck,
they find a way to win
but-
the draft lottery.
You
Meanwhile,
mean to tell me the Seahawks, they won it in, I think, February, bro? Wait, was it February? Yeah, I think, or January. Wait. Yeah, I think it was like February. Yeah, it was February. You mean to tell me, I think it was February 12th. Well, I mean, it's only been a month. But still, bro.
Blue Jackets trades
Doesn't matter.
continue to pay off as Connor Garland is a menace with his new team. He gets a couple more as the Jackets take down Tampa 5-2, and Columbus stays right near the playoff line while Tampa has looked very mid recently, losing 6
Them niggas-
of their last 7 games. Toilet bowl
Man,
warning
they
here,
stuck
Rangers
butt.
versus Flames. Ironically, the Rangers have been a much better team ever since trading Panarin. All of a sudden, they're the ones shutting out the other team at MSG for once as they beat Calgary 4-0 courtesy of an Alexi Lafreniere Hattie. Checking on the potential fraud list, the Golden Knights are on
Damn,
top
nigga.
as they've lost 6 of their last 7, and they've only beaten one playoff team since November. So they got the Fugazi
Damn.
warning all over them. Jamie Benn scores a power play goal.
Well, no,
for the
actually, that is
Rangers.
bad. Now I
Dallas
think about it. I say that back. If they haven't won since, if the Seahawks won more games than them, that means that they haven't won since before February. Or wait, no. Never mind. I'm tripping.
2-1 in regulation, and
Never
if it
mind.
wasn't for Vegas playing in the worst division in the
Just show
sport,
me, all right?
they'd be in trouble. Going to this one, the Penguins are in trouble against Carolina, down by 2 with 3 minutes left, and then Stu Skinner says, "Give me that damn puck." Flashes the leather like his wife and grandma are in the crowd, says, "How you
He
like
caught
that?"
that
And then
bit. Oh, that was
kickstarts a
tough. That was
comeback
hard.
for
That was
Pittsburgh
hard.
to tie the game by scoring 2 goals in under 3
How?
minutes. The Penguins have that dog in them this year, but Carolina
What
avoids
was that?
scoring 2 goals in under 3 minutes. The Penguins have that dog in them this year, but Carolina avoids the choke as Jackson Blake says, "Let's hit the
Well, they probably about to shit themselves when it's a one-on-one like this.
showers," and finishes it in
Especially
a
if it's
shootout.
overtime.
Also, Buffalo, what the hell? They sucked for 15
Like,
minutes
imagine a
and then said,
1v1.
"Okay, we're going to be playing some of the most entertaining hockey you've ever seen." First,
On a
newly
fast
acquired
break
Logan
per
Stanley
game,
says, "I got to
bro.
let the boys know I'm
Oh,
ready to go to
shoot.
war with them."
Oh.
He drops the gloves to send a message.
Hit him in
and
the
then
back of the
out
head.
of nowhere, too, Beck Malenstein is turning into Eric
Oh, he got
Lindros,
dropped.
hitting, fighting, scoring
Like
goals.
Ray
He
Lewis.
absolutely rocks
Oh,
Celebrini,
shit.
and then has a tilt with Barclay Goodrow, and he's not done
Hold
there
on.
either. He then decides
Hold
to
on.
dance a defender
We made it, though.
one-on-one, and Barry, come on. This
He
guy
made that
is
bad
on
baby, though.
fire. Sabres in general are such a wagon. Every game is a riot. We had another line
Am I
brawl in
looking
this
at?
one, too.
Oh, another
Matt
one.
Quinn
We got
his
him.
first career
The
NHL
headlock
hat-trick
in
and a
this
6-3 win. That's
like
8 in
eight.
a row for them, and their
Okay.
40th win of
Oh,
the
so
season.
hold on. Is this the best team? They got 7. They won 7 in 7
What a
games, bro.
time to be alive in Buffalo.
Talk to him
Side note
nice.
from this game as well as that
You gotta talk
Celebrini
to him
became
nicely.
the fastest teenager behind just Wayne Gretzky and Sidney Crosby to reach 90 points in a single season. Ridiculous. You know what's
Okay.
also ridiculous?
Breaking
Too?
records,
Scoring
breaking
your first NHL goal and it looking as nice as this. Ryan Ufko, pure silk. Leave out the silk and cookies for Santa.
Wait, was it
because
smooth?
This is a gift to watch. Just carves through everyone like butter and berries. That was the game
And his
winner
legs.
as well. I'll also announce that I was just kidding about the St. Louis Blues. All-time fumble coming up here. They're up 3-0, but the Islanders crawl all the way back, and Braden Shen against his former team gets the easiest assist
Dang.
of all time in OT. He just gives it to Matt Barzell.
Suck.
He walks the defender like a dog and rips it to complete the comeback. That means the Islanders are
It's got some
still
good commentary, though.
undefeated in 3-on-3 OT. Get these guys in the Olympics for Team Canada next time. Now, they also say money can't buy you
Yeah,
happiness.
Olympics
Well,
are
fans say
NHL.
screw that. Money got us the Carillionaire himself. 17 sheets a year, and he shows
For
us
what?
why. He gets his own rebound.
That makes
by
17
falling
million?
on one knee.
Nah, that is
sinking in,
ore, though.
and he shows us
That
why.
is kinda
Screw
ore.
that. Money got us the Carillionaire
Oh, start
himself.
slipping and
17
sliding?
sheets a
I mean, I was just saying that because he was turned around, so.
year, and he shows us why. He gets his
They didn't
own
really have enough
rebound
time to
while
react.
falling on one knee.
That is ore,
Second
though.
in the NHL in goals, and when
On
he's
his knee
healthy,
with it?
he's among the best in the world.
And he's second
Minnesota
in
steamrolls the Mammoth
league
5
with
to
goals and
nothing
shit.
to remain 3 points back of Dallas. We spoke about how bad the Pacific was with Vegas, but that just means
Hey,
the
how did
Caps
the NHL fans get their stuff signed up? It's a glass right
are
there.
running away with the division lead. Joel
I know
Quenneville
there's
has
like a
taken this
spot that
team
they
of young
go out
bucks
on.
and put them on the edge
But-
of doing something very special in year one. 4-1 dub over Winnipeg. Ducks look like they're only getting stronger here down the stretch. Finally, we end with McDavid versus McKinnon, where we get a little bit of controversy. McKinnon goes to make a play for the backdoor
Oh,
tap-in,
shoot.
and as Nurse deflects it away, he bumps into McKinnon while he drives towards the net, and that just propels him into
He had an
absolutely
injury?
blowing up Connor Ingram. It's a yard sale. The blocker comes off. The guy is
I mean, they got.
he has to
what's it
leave
called?
the
Oh, no.
game, and then the refs are reviewing it for
He
a
did get
major.
injured.
Gary says, yeah, tell him to hit the
Damn,
showers.
with the elbow.
McKinnon can't
I mean,
believe
the
it. He's
knee.
ejected from the game for goaltender interference.
Oh, they got going to goaltend. Whatever he just said. Man, I really don't give a crap with the goal. Damn. He said, I don't even care if he got hurt. Oh, I ain't like NFL never said something like this, bro. They don't care if somebody got hurt. Even the NBA, bro. No, maybe the NBA. He's so hot.
Now-
Or maybe it's somebody else.
In my opinion, it's not a major. Definitely a penalty, but Nurse's contact pushes
That is-
McKinnon right into the tendy. This is McKinnon, not Sam Bennett going into the crease here. The intent was to make a play, and he caught him clean. I don't think the injury on the play should determine the severity of the call as well, but it is what it is. He's out of the game, and the Oilers get a 5-minute
Just so they
power play.
lost?
They don't score there, but they do later on the man advantage with this
Wait,
source
5-minute power
between
play, what
the
that
two
is?
cheat codes. McDavid pokes it down low to Draisaitl, 360 no scopes off the check into the lane,
Oh,
and
shit,
gets
that
it
was
right
smooth.
back from
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that was
Draisaitl.
smooth.
360 with
This is my type of
sorcery
move right here.
between the two
Little
cheat codes.
360 on him?
McDavid pokes it down low to Draisaitl, 360 no scopes off the check into the lane,
That was
and
smooth
gets
as
it
hell.
right back from
His
Draisaitl
teammate?
to score. Sickening. Give me a growl.
Nah, that was
Oilers
smooth as
win
shit.
4-3 in the Avs.
Feel like he was laughing too.
To score. Sickening. Give me a gravel. The Oilers win 4 4-3, and the
Never mind.
Avs are
Chill.
predictably pissed about the officiating after the game, but that's just the way
Damn, so
it
they think
goes
that
to
they
end
lost because of that.
Tuesday. So after that rodeo, we
Yeah,
only
yeah,
had two
yeah.
games on, both in the East, and both mean a lot. We got Montreal trying to maintain their spot as a top 3 team in the Atlantic against the Senators, who are just trying to make it into the dance.
Senators.
And I'm going to show you what Ottawa's seasons look like in one play here. Tied game.
Hey, how
Montreal
y'all
takes a
NHL,
shot from
like, how long y'all been NHL fans, bro? Like, for me? Like, what made y'all want to be fan of these teams?
Hallmark has no clue where the rebound is.
I can't tell you a single person that I know that plays hockey, though, bro. Let me be honest with you.
Walking beside him. He doesn't see it, but Ivan Demidov does. The demigod cleans up the garbage to take the late lead. Also, as if Montreal isn't already stacked to the brim with young talent, Jacob Fowler, the 21-year-old tendy of the future, becomes Neo from the Matrix. Stretch Armstrong stopping everything in the final minute to hold off the Sens Matrix. Stretch Armstrong stopping everything in the final minute to hold off the Sens. A total of 32 saves on 32 shots. What a huge win for Montreal to tie them with Tampa.
32 shots.
Ottawa's playoff chances.
That's like 32 blocks to NBA, bro.
The other game was two teams chasing the Sens.
Not a
Caps
fight.
and Philly. Here's Tom Wilson absolutely trucking Travis Konechny because why the hell not? The Flyers
Yeah,
though
like
do
Ray
get
Lewis.
themselves a game
I like
for
that one. I
Zegras
like
and Tippett. They
They're
win
not talking
4-1 and
about
then
this right
do what
there.
every Flyers team should do.
Yeah,
at the end
niggas,
of the
you just
game,
hit
and
stick
that's
people? Oh,
fight.
shoot.
Caps are sour,
Oh,
and they
shoot.
should be because their
Oh,
season
the cop-
is on life support after that loss.
Oh,
Now,
he pointed at him.
ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for a
was the
chaotic
ref?
Thursday from start to finish. Let's kick it off with Leafs
Let's get
versus
into it.
Ducks. Out of the gate, we got a tilt. Pizzetta
Oh,
versus
shoot.
Vale. Couple lefts,
Oh,
couple
oh,
rights. Sit in the box
oh.
for 5. Think about what you did. One of the
Oh,
bigger storylines of the Leafs.
I lied. A blue dude won, bro.
Leafs
Oh, wait.
versus Ducks. Out of the gate, we
Oh,
got a
yeah.
tilt. Pizzetta
No,
versus Vale.
not the blue. No. No. The orange dude.
Lefts,
Orange.
couple rights.
I got
Sit in the
confused.
box for 5. Think about what you did. One of the bigger storylines of the Leafs sucking this
So
year.
you could just like put your book down and just be like, all right, let's go. Let's run my shit right quick. I mean, and they let you do that?
Is indeed
Yo, imagine that in NFL, bro.
He's on a 12-game goalless drought.
Like you
He
just,
finally
you know, all right, come on, let's go.
to get his mojo back, and then
And they
he
just watch
decides
you
he
do
wants
it,
to put
bro.
Ratko Gudas in the blender.
In front of all the
with
kids in the
inside out move,
stands,
but Gudas is never going to allow that. He
Damn.
sticks out the knee last second and catches Matthews.
Damn, I've seen that low key.
Then he decides he wants to put
It's
Ratko
a
Gudas in
cheap
the
shot,
blender
y'all?
with an inside-out move, but Gudas is never going to allow
Damn.
that. He sticks out the knee last
fucked
second
his
and
knee
catches
up, bro.
Matthews with a knee-on-knee. Dirtiest play you can do, and
That
not
is
a
kinda
single
fucked up.
Toronto Maple Leaf steps up and defends their captain.
Damn,
If
they
you want to
even-
know why the Leafs are horrible and why their culture
Damn.
sucks, this right here is
They even
Exhibit A.
protect
If
their
you're not
home?
willing to go to war with each
Yeah,
other,
I ain't like, yeah, that's fucked up. Coach used to always say, well, protect your people, bro. For me, someone go intentionally injure one of your star players, bro. Let's just say Warrior. Anyway, if someone do that, you gotta spin back, bro. You can't let
they'll
that happen.
completely
For
fold
me?
at the first sign of adversity.
Because then
Gudas
it's gonna
gets
think you
kicked
weak.
out for 5. Matthews leaves the game and doesn't come back, and the Leafs
He
win
got
the game,
injured?
which is actually just a big loss for them at this point because they're just trying to tank and they can't even lose properly. The Panthers are also
Damn.
making their last
Niggas
push
wanna try
as
to lose on
well.
purpose?
They got to run the table if they're going to do something special. They go to OT where Samson Reinhart keeps Florida's season alive against Columbus. They've now won 3 in a row. To not go along with the tank job
They won
themselves.
for
The
it,
Blue
too.
Jackets, though, they still get a point, which is bad for Boston. They host San Jose, having won 13 games in a row at home. But
Oh, yes,
sometimes
solid.
it just ain't your night because
13
you got to
piece?
see this.
Oh,
This
they
is,
lost?
without a doubt, the
They sold the
incognito
13
goal
piece?
of the week, maybe the goal of the season. Sir William Eklund
Goal of the
says,
season?
I'm driving the net, tucks the puck under the defender's stick to get a shot off. It's stopped. The puck then bounces in the air, and this sick freak, while
Bro did a
getting
trick
tripped
shot.
by the goalie, bats this one out
That's
of the
what's
air.
up. That's
top
what's up,
shelf.
go.
Oh my
That's what's
goodness!
up, go. I
I'm
go.
gonna be
That's
sick.
or.
That is just outrageous, and the goal
Nah, that's
of
what
the week.
people.
Round of applause for Sir William
That's
Eklund
crispy.
there. You know the
Nah, that
Sharks
was
are
crispy.
winning this game after that.
That's my type
Chaos
of goal.
broke out near the end of the game as Charlie
I used to do this
McAvoy
in soccer, but when I spent on the soccer
says
team,
you reach,
and
I
like,
teach.
damn.
He catches Sherwood going chin over
Oh
shin
my
and
goodness.
rocks him. And what do you know? Every Shark on the
Oh
kneecap.
my
The
goodness,
chaos
man.
broke out near the end of the game as
Oh,
Charlie
no.
McAvoy says you reach.
Oh no, y'all. Oh no, he's gonna have a headache, bro.
I teach. He catches Sherwood going chin over
Damn, and he like his knee kind of like got stuck.
shin and rocks him.
Hey,
And what do you know? Every Shark
this is the other team, bro. They gonna get back for their teammates, bro. This is what we need more in the world, bro.
on the ice
I mean,
responds to that.
Nah, that was going on like
over to the Leafs. Answer the
I
bell.
like
Ask
that. I like that.
questions
Let's
later.
go work.
San Jose gets a
I like
massive
that. I like
2
that.
points and are back in a playoff
I like that.
spot. The 20.
Yo, what the fuck name is this right here, bro? Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all, boys?
26
I ain't gonna lie, they just naming him anything at
Sharks
this
Cup
point.
prophecy is still alive.
Yeah,
Now,
they
I'm
wild.
telling you, we're getting closer and closer to sounding the alarm in Detroit. Before the game, they announced that their captain Dylan Larkin and Andrew Kopp were out at least 2 weeks. That's no bueno. Tampa
Damn.
takes full advantage, wins
The
4-2, and
captains.
I swear to God, if Detroit blows this again, it will be
Watch out where though.
unforgivable. Moving on to the funnest team in the league, and the Buffalo
Okay.
Sabres, they're
Okay.
just having a blast right now. Watch this from Tage Thompson. In one
Are they
shift,
sponsored by
he
TikTok?
unloads 5 one-timers. Buddy is at the driving range just teeing off and
Well,
letting
he
it
got
fly.
5.
But the Caps actually pull off the last-minute robbery in this one. Jacob Chikrin
Bro,
scores the
thumbs
game winner
up?
with 90 seconds left
They said
to
chicken?
snap their 8-game winning streak.
Bro, that
Big
same as
one
chicken?
for Washington to stay alive here. We can check in
How much
to
seconds?
snap their
That's
8-game winning
overtime.
streak. Big one
I
for
can't
Washington
see.
to stay alive here. We can check in on our toilet bowl teams between the Devils and Flames. Jack Hughes, since scoring the golden goal, has been red hot. He's got 10 points in his last 8 games since the Olympics. He scores again in this one, but they ultimately fulfill their duties in the tank job as they lose 5-4 to Calgary. The annual Blues wagon in the spring took a day off last game, but they're back just in time to upset the Hurricanes 3-1 with a pair from Jimmy Snuggerud, the best last name in the sport, as Carolina fails to get their 2 gimme points there. Now, we all know how the last 2 Western Conference Finals have gone between the Oilers and Stars, but the Stars are out for redemption this season. They destroyed the Oilers 8-3 in their last meeting, and this one was not much different. End of the second, it's 5-2 Dallas. Tempers are starting to boil over
Oh,
for Edmonton, and Connor McDavid.
Oh, he fighting with the stick with it?
Decides he's had enough
He
of
choked him?
everything. He grabs the rookie Ritz Coven and starts getting in the
Oh,
mix
no.
in there with him. He doesn't
Oh,
drop
no, they
the
getting.
gloves, just
Oh, his
more of a
helmet's off.
wrestling match, but still, you don't see McDavid getting that pissed off and deciding he's going to try and rough someone up. I guess that's what happens when Tristan
Oh,
Jarry is your
shit.
goalie. Ritzkoven, by the way, the Dallas rookie, was absolutely tilting Edmonton
Oh,
all night
he like
long. Too.
these.
First,
Oh,
he gets under
shoot.
McDavid's skin, and then he just starts chirping the entire Edmonton bench. Just
And they be talking
expert-level
hot
rage
in
baiting from the
NHL?
kid, as this was a spanking
They're
from
allowed to
start
do
to
that?
finish. Matthew Shane also scored one of the nicer goals of the year on the night where we got to see the nicest goal of the year. He's out here just toe dragging
Oh, what
his
a
way through the
360.
mess, having the Oilers D look like the 3 blind mice.
shoot.
7-2 win for the Stars,
That was
and
smooth.
it ain't looking good for
That
Edmonton.
was
It's a
smooth.
big
And
2
you
points
can
for
barely
Dallas, especially
get to
because
the goal
Minnesota
from the
loses
outside.
to Philly, who's hanging on by a thread, but
Philly.
they're still in the mix. Travis Konechny, shootout winner, keeps the Flyers season
Oh, the
alive.
Phillies?
Can't say the same
yeah.
for the Jets, though, who lose to the Rangers. Their season's already on life support.
Yo, the
but
Jets
who
are always
lose
sorry, bro. I ain't like every single. Yeah, yeah. The Jets in every world will always be sorry, bro.
2026 New York Rangers
I'm
with
gonna
their
be honest.
season basically on the line.
It don't
It's
matter
probably
what
time to
sport,
start
bro.
booking the trips to Cabo.
Anybody with
Vancouver,
team
however, has
Jets
all their
is
trips
some
already
sorry work.
booked. This should be an easy 2 points for Nashville, who is 1 point back of a playoff spot. They're up 3-1 with 5 minutes left, and they completely blow it.
They
Canucks
stole that
win
bit?
and complete the comeback in a shootout. And if the Preds miss, this is the exact
Yeah,
type
they
of game
suck.
that they look back at and completely.
But yeah, they
blow.
didn't change their name.
Moving on to the Penguins versus Golden Knights.
What are some
Pittsburgh is still
little
without Malkin
crispy
and
jerseys?
Crosby, and it showed here. Vegas takes care of business with a 6-2 win. They got to start shedding that Fugazi name somehow, and beating a team in a playoff spot
Bro,
is a
jumping
good
up in the
start.
air?
Meanwhile, Nathan McKinnon has just been stewing with anger ever since he got ejected, and he comes out barking. The dog put up 3 points in the first period. 4.9 as a whole. Kadri got his first goal.
And
since
the
being back.
360?
Points in the first period. 4.9.
Wait, how
as
many,
a whole. Kadri got his first
quarters
goal
they got?
since being back as
Or
an
what
as
does it mean, period?
Colorado
At least
spanked Seattle 5-1. Then finally, we have the Blackhawks versus the Mammoth, and someone pissed Connor Bedard off right from
Oh,
the
so it's a
start.
fight?
He's out here
Negativity?
chucking the body,
What?
throwing hits,
Knocked him out.
and this guy must hate Utah fans.
Oh,
First,
his stick
he sets up this goal and damn near breaks his neck, turn around and stare down a Utah fan. Savage Betsy is a whole other animal. This game goes to OT.
Oh,
where
nah.
Who is Johnny on the spot? You guessed
He
it. Connor
didn't even know he
gets the
That dude's not
OT
working.
winner and then turns into Kirk
Oh, he's talking
Cousins with
hot.
another stare down. He says, "You like that?" The Blackhawks sweep the season
Kirk
series
Cousins.
against Utah, with Connor Bedard leading the way to end
I know
a
he did that.
crazy Thursday of
No, I was
hockey.
smooth. I like
Friday,
that.
we had a Batman special on. Again, just 2 games on. First is Kings and Islanders, 2 teams right in the hunt, and it was all LA. It starts with less is more. Trevor Moore, Home Alone, says, "Thanks for having me." Kopitar buried for the Kings, too, as they win 3-0, and the Isles do the classy thing and giving him handshakes as well. The
Then
other
that's what
game
that
was
ball?
between the Oilers and Blues, and in the most Oilers game ever, we see McDavid saying, "F it, I'll do it myself."
Ooh,
Coast
cut back
to
left?
coast, butter and toast. Gives his
You
team
gonna
a
come back right?
2-0 lead, and they blow it all in under
that's
8
tough.
minutes. Oilers choking
Never
away
mind.
in OT,
Yeah,
as
that's
Robert
tough.
Thomas says, "How do you like me now after being in trade rumors for the last couple
Damn.
of weeks?" The Oilers' uncertainties
Them
continue.
niggas have a shitty. Hold on, 1, 2. It's like 1, 2, like 12. They only won like
While
4 out
St.
of
Louis
12,
is
bro.
just 5 points back of
Them
a
do some
playoff
booty
spot.
juice.
So that sets up a pretty big Saturday, starting with the
We
Ducks
got
and Sens.
Saturday.
No Gudis for the Ducks. 5-game suspension for him means everyone's kneecaps are
5
set for this
games.
one. So that's
Defenseman banned for knee. Oh,
good news. Bad news. We still have no clue what
we're
the
seeing
hell
that.
goalie
And he just
interference
kicked him
is.
in the
We
in the
think this
leg.
one's coming back because there's a skate in the crease and he clearly touches the goalie. No, Gary says
Yeah,
we
I just
need
see
goals
that.
so it counts. The Sens get those
Did
rare
they say
saves
that
they've
they
been
count
looking
it?
for. Allmark gets a shutout, which is a huge
And I used to be like, I used to do ice skating though. I didn't do hockey. I used to do. I think I did hockey before. It was like when I was younger. I think it was like one of those places where like they have like all different types of sports. Like it's like an arcade. Then there's like you can get like the little, like if you go to like Burger King, they have like the little children thing. You can do that, and then it's like sports. You can do flag football. I don't think they have basketball, but I know they have flag football. They have skating. I don't remember. I know. I just remember I did do it
points
before,
for Ottawa. That's important for Bruins
but
and
I couldn't
Caps.
really do
Everyone's
hockey because
arseholes
I
are
couldn't
puckered
skate
because
well.
the East
For
is
sure.
a circus. Charlie McAvoy plays better when he's
I
hurt,
have good
mostly
balance.
because he's always hurt. 2 goals on
What
the
was
is
that?
a circus. Charlie McAvoy
What's his on his helmet?
plays better when he's hurt, mostly because he's always hurt. 2 goals on the night. Shocker. This one goes to a shootout where for 9 rounds, nobody can score until the kid, Fraser Minton, says, I'll do it. Nice trade, Toronto. Bruins
And
get
you
one
gotta
they
read
need
like
badly. Then we get a
they
couple
odds.
teams
I
ruining
don't
their
even
tank
know.
against Central Juggernauts. First, the Jets beat the Avs 3-1 with all the big boys stepping up. Shifley 2 points, Hellebuck 29 saves. They wish they had that back in
Boy,
December.
22
Big boys
points.
stepping up. Shifley 2 points, Hellebuck
Oh, I was
29
to say.
saves. They wish they had
So
that back in December. Meanwhile, the
20
Rangers do the
points.
same thing against the Wild. It is funny almost how the Rangers are on a mini heater all of a sudden. 4 in a row just to worsen their odds for a better pick. But the best part is Igor pulling the
Then he
old
just hit
step
him.
into the lane and flop. Draws a penalty.
Negativity.
Better pick, but the best part is Igor pulling
He
the old step
blindsided
into
and
the
stick
lane
him.
and
The
flop.
goalie.
Draws a penalty, and everyone
You
on
do
the
that?
ice decides to just jump each other.
Man, they
The
just
Islanders
fighting.
also decide to
They
call
just wrestling this
1-800
shit,
Big
bro.
Save Dave. They dial his number for 30 saves on 32 shots against the Flames. They need those 2 points. Meanwhile, what a week for Kopitar, out here shaking hands, kissing babies, and breaking records. He scores the late
Kissing what?
game-tying goal to become the all-time LA Kings point leader, passing Marcel Dion. He's
Oh.
hot, but no one's hotter than Jack
You got
Hughes, who
1,000?
gets the late winner. Kings
Yo,
lose
that's
out
some
on
skill. I
crucial
ain't gonna lie, cause you have to realize like you only can get 1 point a game in NHL. So to have 1,000 points, that's like having like 7,000,
points.
8,000,
Kopitar still gets his
or like
handshake, so
10,000 for
I
me
guess it's
in the
all good.
NBA.
It also looks like the Leafs have been bullied into acting like they care about each other now.
So,
Leafs, Sabres, someone runs
oh,
Joseph Wall, and they actually
so
do something about it. Wow,
he's on top
that's
of the wall.
nice. Too little, too late, though. Buffalo wins in a shootout. Sabres are going to need a bigger wagon with everyone jumping on,
Like the Nuggets
especially
level.
because the Tampa struggle bus
Damn,
continues.
bro.
They host the Carolina
Jesus,
Hurricanes
2
and
and
get
10.
outshot 35-19 like anyone who plays Carolina. They lose 4-2.
35.
They get outshot 35-19 like anyone who plays Carolina. They lose 4-2, and the Hurricanes remain the
Just how many
silent
times they
killers
shot it.
in the East, but Tampa has been cold ever since returning from the break. That means we end another week where the Sabres are firmly in first in the Atlantic Division. Also, the Macklin Celebrini show made its way to the Bell Center. 3-point night, 2 goals, including the empty netter. The Sharks win their second in a row to occupy the last wild card spot in the West. Celebrini, by the way, has 49 more points than in the next highest scoring Shark. We are literally seeing MVP stuff right now from a teenager. On to the Blue Jackets and Flyers.
That's
This is a
something, man.
playoff game right from the
Oh,
gun,
the
especially
Flyers.
because Kirill
I know that
Marchenko
team.
makes
Oh,
Denver
so-
Barkey's face an advertisement on the boards. He
Damn.
staples him from
You
behind.
could do that?
Only gets 2 minutes and then rubs salt in the wound with the shootout winner. Also, if you're taking a shot
Oh,
anytime
yeah,
a
I
game
ain't gonna
goes
lie.
into OT or a shootout tonight, you're going to be hammered by the time the night's over. Although you're probably already
You just
into the
knock
liquor
somebody
if you're a
out
Red
and
Wings
then
fan right
come
now.
back.
Regardless, Detroit was down 2-0 to Dallas. They managed to come back with everybody loves Lucas Raymond tying the game up to force OT, but Detroit can't buy one right now. Thomas Harley hands them their 3rd straight loss. They are slipping in the standings. The bad beats continued in Utah also as Logan Cooley goes crashing hard into the post with his leg. He's already missed
I thought
8
you
weeks
couldn't do
earlier
that.
this season for a similar leg injury he suffered in Vancouver. Now that is no bueno. Pittsburgh,
Damn.
bro, with no Gino and Sid in the lineup, show some dog to win this one. They've just had
Well, you
to
couldn't really get
maintain
no
in this
penalty,
stretch here without those two, and they've done
especially
a
in that
decent
play.
job with Malkin coming back next game. Let's also give a couple snaps here to Seattle for getting their 2 free points from Vancouver. Bobby McMahon scores 2 goals. Hashtag thanks,
What do you mean,
Toronto.
like two
This
free
week has been
points?
an
Though? It is.
absolute dunking on the Leafs, which everyone outside of Toronto loves. Finally, we had the Bedards versus the Golden Knights, where again, Bedard isn't taking shit from anyone. Him and Korzak get into it. It's been a frustrating year for him and the Hawks as a
Damn.
whole. Just as they were finding
Got
a
knocked
little bit
over.
of their
Oh,
mojo, Bedard got hurt. The team fell way out of the wild card race, and it's been another disappointing season for Chicago yet again, as Vegas takes the win to end a wild week of hockey. So, what did you think of week
all
20?
right, bro. For me, we got some new work in rotation. For me, very versatile guy that you're looking at right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna start watching NHL. From saying, what else you gonna watch? Shit, I don't know. I just have to see. But yeah, man. Got more. Got more videos. So let me just a little bit. Oh, it looks so bright. All right, let's get this prayer in though. Amen. Let's get this going. Hold on. All right. But thank you for allowing me to make more versatile content. Show me what to say on Instagram, my content, and show the world who I am. And know that we just accomplish anything with you. Thank you for allowing me to put this dream in my heart. Allow me to be consistent with it. So everybody watching be able to chase their dreams as well. And thank you for allowing me to watch the NHL. Expand my content more. Just help the NHL players be able to stay healthy. Make a career for their family. And so overall, just hope us have a great Saturday. We love you, love you, give you all the glory. We're nothing without you. So let's keep chasing our dreams. Don't forget YouTube. Whoever's watching it, chase theirs. And do something. Do something. Hello, y'all, man. Just told y'all what else today. Peace out.